What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy June 13th to all of you. You're watching the Betting with the Bag late show. It is 5:30 p.m. in New York, 2:30 p.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada, 3:30 p.m. here in San Jose, Costa Rica. And the day's gotten off to a nice start. I hit with the Twins on the -1 line. Babano hit with both games overs. Both games overs cashed, and it certainly didn't look like that Mariners over was going to cash after 5, but it came through, and he talked about the bullpen weakness for both clubs. Shout out to Babano for going 2-0, and I'm 1-0. Feels pretty good. Nice start. We have a small card that we're going to be able to hammer. We got CFL, we got NBA, and we got WNBA. So it's going to be great. Going to be a great show. I'm very, very excited. Shout out to Native Queen in the house. Walla Walla Dose says much love to our Matt Randall. Positive vibes to all y'all. Perfectly said. Walla Walla Dose. Native Queen says, what's good, Jimmy? About those bad picks, let's try to bounce back. Native Queen, we believe in you. You're the oracle. We're so happy and excited. Every time we see you in the chat, we all just spark up. So let's see. She's Baltimore score in first. All right. Baltimore score in first. Full game under. So I'm on the first 5 under. I'd love that she's on the full game. Arizona full game and under, and no score in first. No score in first in that Arizona game. We're going to talk about that. I'm already on Arizona. I love it. And she is on Arizona full game. I love that. Washington, strong lean to over first 5 in New York Mets, and full game over. Hope these do better. That's from the Oracle. Native Queen. There's Dennis Garcia. Should we take Hamilton to win the Grey Cup? They'll host the East Finals, and then we can figure it out in the final. And I don't know if plus 550 is enough. I really don't know if that's enough at this point. And, you know, an 18-game season in the CFL, maybe we should try to pick a spot. I don't dislike it at all. They're the favorite to win the East. But there's been an enormous amount of changeover. Babano broke down that changeover. It's not as drastic as it seems. They do have 15 first-year players on that squad. I think I'm going to wait. But I could understand the play. I guess I would want just a tiny bit more than plus 550. Plus 700, I probably would pull the trigger. Larry Savage in the house. Ready to roll. Says, where my brother from another mother that was on the Marlins with me yesterday. Great job, Larry Savage. But Yo-Yo Street says, Dennis, I like that. So, maybe, won't have a long time to make that move. Got to make that move soon if I'm going to take it. There's Ricardo Gutierrez. Red Girl says, hello, everyone. 1-1 so far. Brendan Cruz says, we are the North. Brandon Lugo says, Jimmy, my man, get that Raptors chip tonight. Larry Savage questioning if we are the North. Jason Turgi saying, I need a good day just like everyone else. Let's get him on loft and ready to go. We got Douglas Robinson, gas station saying maximum security run in a 150 stake race. Very exciting. Yo-Yo Street said, Jimmy, who wins tonight in CFL? Wow, are we ahead of the curve? And Babano the most ahead. Babano got the Ticats at -2.5. They're now -5. I got them first half at -2. I got them on the show at -3. Right after the show at -3.5, I decided not to take them. Bet them. That 3 was an important number, and I felt I missed it. Now that I see it at -5, maybe I should have taken the -3.5. The only one I bet was the -2 first half, but I'm on both here in the show because Bet Online was hanging that -3, and all the other books had gone to 3.5. So I took the -3 at -120. And then I was waiting to be able to. They weren't allowing me to mess with the spread. They weren't allowing me to buy down. I was waiting to buy down, but before I could, the spread had gone way up. And now I can't do it. Can't do it. So, Yo-Yo, I think you just missed the boat there. I wouldn't take him at -5, personally. And Gas Station 2 talk about the Monmouth 150K stakes race. Going to be fun to see maximum security back. Lance LaRose says, let's go Raptors. Larry Savage says, Raptors were 2 minutes away from securing Canada's first ever NBA title before falling victim to a barrage of three-pointers from Klay Thompson and Steph Curry in a 9-2 finish. Very interesting prop movement. I told you how happy I was that I beat those props that I was on by a point, and now Gasol's dropped back to 9.5. So that's pretty much where that's what I mean, pretty much. That's right where I got it. So Gasol's dropped back, but Ibaka's at 9.5. I got him at 8.5. And Siakam's at 18.5. And Steph Curry has moved from 32.5 to 33.5. And they did not move Klay to 24.5. They're still at 23.5 at -150. We will go over all of those numbers. We got Marshall Hoffman in the house. Coco Bongo says, what's shaking? Drinking at the beach and saw a whale. Either good luck or I'm really drunk or both. Coco Bongo, I love you so much, man. I love you so much, man. We got Big Ragu in the house. Yo-Yo says Raps win. Daryl Newman says, what up, fellas? Hit a nice plus 1,067 parlay to start the day. Braves money line and over. Twins run line and over. There. Oh, my God. Gorgeous. Wow. How about that to start your day? Sean Glass in the house. We got my man Armin Hinosa in the house. We got Viper NB. We got Obvious TV ready to rock right now. We got Obvious TV ready to rock right now. We got Jim Rome's a douche. We got Bogey34 says Raps in 6 never wavered. Shout out to Bogey34. We got Yanks guy ready to go. We got WOB in the house. Rafael Ocampo says Warriors smash today. Brian Watson says, hey Jimmy CFL. We had a good year last year. I want a great year this year. Res Mob here. Lance LaRose says happy CFL day. We got Lucky's Cut. We got Deer Slayer. Ski said had twins today. So did I. My man Ash Raff in the house says, what up, Jimmy from Canada? Ash Raff, where in Canada are you, my friend? Love hearing that. Shout out to our guy Ash Raff in the house. Let's see. Adam Jones says money time, Jimmy. Rafael Campos has parlay. Braves money line. Braves Pirates over and Twins game over. Look at you guys. Cash, cash, cash. We had a one-day interval. Yesterday was not very good, but we've been rolling. We've been absolutely rolling. Michael Irvalina, Stat Guap, Steve Tave says, thanks for the Blues pick, Jimmy. I think we're doing a very good job working together as a team right now. We need to keep that rolling. Bigger Goose says, Stephen Foster at Churchill Downs on the light Saturday night. Gift box looks primed. Ooh, Churchill Downs on a Saturday night. Does anything get better than that? Yanks guy says, Native Queen, wow, I haven't seen you in a minute. Yes, Brendan Cruz says, what up, Jimmy? We the North. Anna Merrick says, hey, man, tweet says, I'm on today. I'm down, but I thought I wasn't. Haha, let me know. ASAP. Yeah, and America, we're not doing Bellator. That was a mistake, but we love you so much. And, I'd like to have you on every day. Darren Cook says, over in Washington. Raphael says, Warriors smash tonight. Look at Seth Hagen. Per Bleacher Report, Raptors, 25 minutes ago, 50% of bets, 62% of the money is on the Raptors, plus 2.5 to cover tonight via Caesars Palace. Love that, Seth. Yeah, we opened with that on our opening for this show. But I love it, Seth. Love having Seth in the chat. And I can imagine, I know the most important thing was Seth capping NBA, and it has just been proven so useful through this run. And he's just been right. And it's one word. That word for Seth Hagen capping NBA playoffs is experience. And the Raptors had it against the Bucks, and the Warriors have it against the Raptors. And my prediction is that Seth likes the Warriors tonight. That's my prediction. But I can't wait to hear who he's on. We got Lo-Fi in the house. We got Ron Lofton says, hope it goes game 7 since I've gone to just betting props in this series. Okay, we got to get ready. We got to get down to business. Taylor Dunks, Lucky's Cut says, love this show. We love you, Lucky's Cut. We got JC Alvarez, Sean Watson, Darren Cook says, basketball game tonight over. They're going to send out the Oracle with a high total. Bogey like in the Raps to roll. Mickey Cohen, Eric Jones, Doug Barnhouse says, thanks for the Minnesota -1. We are on a nice roll in MLB. We're on a nice roll. We got the Matrix has you on the Raps tonight. Triple K says, Triple K. My guy, Triple K Marine. Blues -1.5 plus 410. Don't think I didn't notice my guy, Triple K Marine. What a bet! Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, my boy, Triple K Marine takes the dog -1.5 and gets paid out. Shout out to low bagger Triple K Marine. Says Psych Bovada went back to baseball margin of victory 1, 2, 3, 4 option again. Don't get burned by the run line. Interesting. Red Girl says Hamilton under full game. That total's been moving back up. We will talk about that. Raphael says 80% of public on the over in the NBA game going under. Raphael, when I break this game down, I like the under. When I break it down, it will finish off with NBA, and I'd like to make a move on the under, in all honesty. The way I see this being defended, and from a Raptors standpoint, I see us defending the perimeter to the best of our abilities, and I see us using our advantage in the front court. And to do that, you have to slow it down a bit. You have to set those guys up, whether it be Gasol, Ibaka, or Siakam. You have to give them some time to set up. And so I think that slows us down. So that's what I'm thinking. Ragu says Bobano Heat. Red Girl full game under 48.5. Let's see. We got Ricardo Gutierrez says Blues missed that open net by like a foot. I'm happy a lot of you guys were on the under. Not Flush Island says going to take a little spare change, put on Washington Nationals to win the World Series. Let's see what it plays. I'd be very interested. Daryl Newman says O'Reilly first to score 1,200 last night. Absolute dart, but I'll take the win. Daryl Newman, man, how many plus 1,000s do you get? EJ McClellan says it's going over, Jimmy. With all you guys, Lance LaRose saying the under, we're going to break this down and work together. King Rail says, have my bulldozer parked outside the Oracle. Tyrell King liking Red Sox run line being a huge move towards that. Will Rosa said, missed you yesterday, so I watched Who the Real Jimmy the Bag is High. I was dying. Thank you for watching that, Will Rosa. That means the world to me. Ashraf says, Windsor, Ontario, right next to Detroit. Yeah, I love Windsor, Ontario, man. Love the Caesar's Palace in Windsor. I love that horse book in the Italian restaurant about, 7 minutes away from the Caesars there. I love Windsor, man. Absolutely love it. Shout out to Ashraf. And we got our guy, Canadian Capper 72, also from Windsor. So good company. Also, we have a bunch of cappers that I love from the Windsor area. Red Girl on Twins first 5. Rico Money says, don't get -1, but hit -1.5. Nice work. And Grim Reaper, play for tomorrow. Houston Jays under 8. I like it. Mickey Cohen says, who's a ref crew on Game 6 tonight? Someone can get that information for him. Mr. Fat Fist in the house. Vinny Cornell ready to go. And Big Goose says, ref Bison game with Raptors undefeated with this crew. I'm still taking Golden State Warriors first quarter. RMK said, went 3-0 on the St. Louis game last night. First period, Blues money line. Third period over. Nice way to end the season. Beautiful way to end the season. Love my guy, RMK. All right, let's get to work. Oh, and Jonathan Suchi, Kim Jong-un play hit. Australia, Brazil over 2.5 at the half. Cash it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Charles Barkley said, Jimmy, I told you Binnington would come through. Wasn't he spectacular? He was absolutely spectacular. Jamal Stone says, can't believe you people really think Warriors are going to close out the Oracle like suckers. You will all learn what the heart of a champion truly is. Look at that. Jamal Stone. That's haunting. That's fucking haunting, man. That's haunting. RMK says, hey guys, was in Greece for 2 weeks with a wife. 8 more souvlaki than any one man needs. Good to be back. And Kevin Tantillo says, Jimmy, buy futures on the Braves to win the division. Look at the difference in pitching between the Phillies and Braves with Keuchel coming. The lineups aren't that close. That, Kevin Tantillo, is a copy and paster. That is a good call. That is a really good call. All right, let's get to work. Starting the day off 1-0 feels quite nice. We'll go over everything. We have the lineups. We have everything to go. Rico money on Rangers run line tonight, or thinking about Rangers run line tonight. We got Capo, 17 Don. We got Dwayne Reed on the White Sox plus 1.5. Let's get to work. And RMK says, Jimmy, you check out the 2020 Cup odds yet? Already have Panthers ticket 25-1 in my pocket. RMK, I guess I got to go right back to the well on the Panthers. Man, I guess I got to go right back to the well on the Panthers. I mean, it's 2 years in a row I've made that bet, and they haven't even come close. I hear what you're saying. Spidey's play of the day, Rockies. I just made that addition. And let's get to work. D-Batch says, how about them Twins? Jesse's Journey says, I'm Golden State Warriors fan from Australia, but I think Raptors going to win tonight. Jesse's Journey, welcome. Thank you for joining us from Australia, man. And there's our guy, Paco Healy, in the house. Paco Healy was telling us, fade the Padres, and he's our San Diego Padres expert, and I followed through with that. Jim Milestone says, yes, very haunting. It was haunting. Okay, we have Ski Profit joining us on the late show. So, all you guys know the props, 3 props I'm on right now. I didn't add the Warriors backcourt. That was a mistake. I might add, and it's still at -150. We'll talk about with Ski about how we should handle this late game, but I am very interested in the under. There's our guy, the Sports Keg, says, hope those Raptors closed out for you, Jim. Thank you, Sports Keg. I had a wonderful, wonderful time on your show last night. Joe Bison says, fade the Rays, another West Coast team, whooping them, take the Angels. Interesting, Joe. Okay, let's get to work. Let's get to work right now. We're going to skip that Raptors game. And for the CFL game, the boat's been missed. The boat has been missed. It was a 2.5 spread just because Saskatchewan has this Hamilton Ticats team's number. We broke that game down extensively on the early show, and I don't want to focus on it right now. But I'm on the Ticats first half -2, -108, full game -3, -120, and I was not able to bet the -3 because it wasn't available in my book, and I was afraid to take -3.5. Had I known it'd go up to -5, maybe I would have done it. 2 rookie head coaches. We broke that game down extensively with the great Babano, and that's what I'm on to start the CFL season, and we're coming off a very nice CFL season. Now let's break down these baseball games. I stayed off Pirates Braves, and I cashed on the Twins -1. And let's start with Blue Jays Orioles. As you guys know, I'm on. And Paco Healy says, shots on Periscope if they win tonight, Jim. Absolutely. Paco Healy. Absolutely. Blue Jays at Orioles. First 5, under 5 is what I'm on. Let's break this game down. We have some time. We have 29 minutes before we are joined by Ski Profit. We have 9 games to talk about. We should be able to get this done. Let's go right now. Against Stroman, these Orioles are hitting .351 with a .966 OPS. Pretty small sample size, 20 hits. Not that small, sorry. 20 hits and 57 at-bats. That's not good. Only 2 of those are homers, but 2 are triples and 3 are doubles. I'm hoping that he can get to these guys. And then only Galvis and Drury have seen Inoa, who's coming off a really nice start against the Astros. Let's see what the market move has been right now. Sean Glass says Toronto first 5. Not applicable says Blue Jays 2 in a row. And Grim Reaper says, is no one talking about how Pittsburgh and Atlanta went over all week? Like, come on, great job. Great job. And Lamont Williams changed the max bet to Boston run line. Lance LaRose is on the Blue Jays run line. Not applicable saying Hamilton wins it. Darren Cook says at the start of the CFL games always go under. You know, that makes sense. There's been a bit of a move towards the over, but one thing we do know is that the defensive coordinators are comfortable in their spot for these two teams. It's the offense that's got new coaches. So that should struggle. I'm comfortable with where I stand. Not applicable said Bobano said over in both games I followed. Great job. Not applicable. And Deer Slayer Ski giving a shout out to the Sports Keg. Love it. Okay. Avi Gold says Braves and Twins. Thanks, chat. Great work. Okay. So let's see what the odds are for this Jays-Orioles game. It opened at -128 for the Jays. There's been a 4-cent move towards them. Let's take a look at what the total is and the movement there. Total opens under 9.5 at -120, and it's now 9 at -1. Oh, no. Wow, it's heavily juiced to the over. But down to 9. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Why am I surprised about that? Okay. All right. Let's take a quick look at the lineups here for the Jays-Orioles game, and here we go. For the Jays, Sogard, Guerrero Jr., Gurriel, Smoke, Tellez, Hernandez, Biggio, Galvis, and Jansen. For the Orioles, VR, Santana, Mancini, Cisco, Nunez, Ruiz, Wilkerson, Davis, Martin. I'm comfortable with my under. I didn't like breaking down. And Lance Rose says CFL under from Rider Nation. Thank God for Rider Nation. We'd have no league if it wasn't for Rider Nation. And non-applicable says offense takes longer to catch up. I agree with that. And maybe the under is a play. Let's just look at that movement one more time here in the CFL game. Yeah, it's coming back up. It's climbing back up. Saskatchewan has a strong defense. It's their offense that we're worried about. So it's gone up 1.5 points since 11:54 a.m. I'm comfortable just backing the Ticats. I'm comfortable where I stand. Twatty Latte says Pirates are low-hanging. Miss you, Pete. Yes, we all do. T-Fed said Hess let us down, Jimmy. He did, but I didn't end up making a bet on the game. You know, I was waiting. Then there was a pitching change. I didn't like Edwin coming in off the bench. But he did. He was bad. Darren Cook shouting out Rider Nation. Okay, let's get to work. And Mickey Cohen saying the ref crew of Game 6, Mark Davis crew, Toronto 9-0 in games he's refed. Ooh, I like the sounds of that. All right, first career appearance for Inoa against the Blue Jays. Blue Jays scored 2 runs or fewer in 8 of Stroman's 14 starts. He has a 3.52 ERA in 12 career games against the Orioles. And that's my spot. That's my action. I'm on the first 5 under 5 at -110. Let's see what I'd get if I got that bet, made that bet right now. Sorry, here we go. Movement here. Let's go first 5. First 5 total. If I wanted that first 5 under right now, I would get -115 is the best I would get. So I beat that line move by 5 cents. I will take it. Oh, look, our guy Abdurizak says, guys, I'm in tears. I threw some on the Blues to win the Stanley Cup in January. 251 odds. Wow. Our guy, Abdurizak. Congratulations. Plus 250. I mean, I've never had anything like that before, man. That sounds absolutely gorgeous. Congratulations. Raven and Desert said umpire 6-5 home and 6-4 to the over in the Orioles game. And Triple K Marine says somewhere last night there was a butchy lesbian with a Bruins tattoo crying. And there was a Brad Marchand crying. And, you know, I like Brad Marchand. I know a lot of people from Vancouver, my city. love or hate him, despise him, but I just think he's a hell of a player. And the fact that he was crying after losing Stanley Cup just shows how much it means to him. Farsha Shami liking Jays and the under. And Q Wilson says, can we get another summer sport? Hey, man, you pick. All right, let's move on to Diamondbacks. I got him at minus 119. There's not been a lot of movement, and there's a lot of bets on this spot. And that makes me uncomfortable. And Jin Rummy pointed that out. There's almost 70% of wagers on Washington, and yet this line movement's not happening. Let's see where it is right now. Arizona opening at minus 128. They're now minus 135. So a tiny bit of movement. I got Arizona at minus 119. So there's been some U-shaped movement on this game. Let's go over exactly how that broke down because I got them at Bookmaker. Let's go to Bookmaker right now. And, yeah. Didn't I get it at Bookmaker? Minus 119 at Bookmaker. I don't know why. I'm not seeing a minus 119 there. But we knew it was a minus 119 and minus 1. Let me check Bet Online here. What the hell's going on? Let's go to Pinnacle. What is taking off their money lines? Is there being I don't know what the hell's going on. Don't know what's going on there. We're having a bit of a problem. D-Bash says Portnoy in tears. There was a lot of Bruins fans in tears. A lot of Bruins fans in tears. I don't know what's going on with the Sportsbook review here. We're losing our money lines. Oh, because it stopped at 9:22 a.m. it says. Okay, that's why. That scared me. All right, that scared me. Okay, excuse me. I'm on the Diamondbacks. Greinke has spectacular numbers against these Nationals. Greinke, 7-2, 2.87 ERA, 0.94 whip. He has less velocity. Yeah, but Ilya Katz is Bovada minus 170. I don't know why those numbers were not right. But I know it was minus 119. I know I'm not. Michael Evelyn says, is there a pitching change? No. It's still Fedde, Greinke. I don't know what's going on with these numbers. A bit of a screw up here at SBR odds, but they'll fix that shortly. And Brian Riley says, no way Golden State loses last game ever at Oracle Arena. I hope they do. But I hear that. Viper NB on the Diamondbacks minus 1. I like that look, Viper NB. I just took them on the money line because it wasn't too hot. But Nats won 12-17. They're a dangerous group right now. They're a dangerous group. Fedde, first round pick in 2014. He's looked okay last 4 starts. He's not pitching a lot of innings, averaging 5 innings a start. But 6 earned runs, 13 Ks, 7 walks, not so bad. And Jacob Ross saying Toronto will win tonight. All right, so those are the first 2 games on the card. I'm on Blue Jays first 5, under 5. I'm on the Diamondbacks money line minus 119. Here is a game I have not taken yet, and that's Angels. Oh, let's take a quick look at the lineup. Sorry for the Nationals game. For the Nationals, you got Turner, Eaton, Rendon, Soto, Suzuki, Parra, Dozier, Robles. For the Diamondbacks, Dyson, Marte, Peralta, Jones, Escobar, Walker, Ahmed, Avila. I like it. Rico Money taking the under 8.5 in the Dodgers game tonight. Interesting. It's gone up to 8.5. I thought it was just 8s across the board. Let me just take a quick look at that. Oh, sorry, that we're at full. Oh, maybe that was the problem. I was on first half. Oh, that was my fault. I was looking at first halves with the Washington game. Here we go. Yeah, this is very concerning. And so there was 70% of bets on Washington or Arizona for the first 5. That was my fault. I didn't mean to lead you wrong. 63% of bets on them full game. But 63% of bets, and it's gone towards Washington. That's a really bad sign. Right now, if I wanted Arizona, I could get them at minus 111 at Bet Online. I'm very concerned about that bet now. DJ Big Boss House. Noli knows on Arizona, Washington, first 5, under 4.5. I like that look. Rictinho says Rays Angels over. Rays Angels over. Brian Riley putting a Golden State money line with Tiger Cats CFL parlay. I like that. Okay, so Riquinho liking the Rays Angels over. Let's take a look at what the market's done with this game quickly. Here we go. Angels, Tampa Bay. We also had a heads up from a low bagger saying take the Angels early on this show. Skaggs, Yarbrough opened at 8.5. It's now at 9. Interesting. Rays open at minus 135. They're now at minus 145. A 10-cent move towards the Rays. This was a pitching matchup that happened last year when both pitchers got hit. Angels rating 243, 743 OPS against lefties. Rays rating 259, 738 OPS against lefties. Similar numbers. Calhoun and Trout went deep last time they met against Yarbrough in that game I'm talking about in July at Tampa. And Skaggs got touched badly. 10 runs and 3 in the third. He's 0-2 in his career against the Rays with 9.39 ERA. I'm a little uncomfortable with this spot. Yeah, and Will Rose said, Jimmy, you're right. Yeah, it was my fault. I was looking at the first 5 for some reason. A little frazzled. Alex Ramirez is on the Rockies for the Spidey play today. I love seeing that. I'm on the Rockies as well. King Rail says Golden State fans and bettors have been doing that all series, and that's how I've been collecting all this plus money. And I've been watching, King Rail. Respect. And I hope when you come on the show tomorrow, it's simply a review of the NBA season. And Raven in the Desert catching with the Liberty yesterday. Nice work. Okay, I'm not comfortable with this spot. For the Angels, Fletcher, Trout, Otani, Pujols, Puelo, Calhoun, Smith, La Stella, Rengifo. And then for the Rays, Garcia, Pham, Lau, Diaz, d'Arnaud, Adames, Kiermaier, Robertson, Zunino. I don't feel like I have an edge I can trust here. Brian Riley says, I'm a huge Rays guy. Take the Angels. Brian Riley, Rays will lose tonight. Can you expand a little bit about that? Is it that you don't trust Yarbrough? I mean, the Rays don't have any power against lefties. And Chris Kaiser says, Rays bounced back after loss yesterday. Mickey Cohen says, I'm on the Royals big. That's a game going on in Omaha. I'd love to hear a little more from Brian Riley. And Non-Applicable says, Homer Bailey fade day. If you're doing that, it's not been that successful. And Lamont Williams says, what about that Dodgers solo team total over? I've been thinking about most of that a lot of the day, so we still have 18 minutes before we're joined by Ski, so we'll make a decision about that. Brian Riley says, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Huge Rays fan. Bet against them tonight. I'd love to hear more. Joe Bison saying Rays pen has been subpar. Nolan Knows says, I played with Travis d'Arnaud and his brother Chase. Nice. And Ron Walsek says, Rays have no backhand pitching now. Coco Bongo says, Skaggs seems like a guy you would get into a fight with at a Waffle House. Sort of does. Borsey says, what time we're going to be talking NBA in 18 minutes? El Duque giving a shout out to the hot women in bikinis. That is a good shout out. Respect. So, Ron Walsek, are you on the Angels? Let's get you guys to come in. Are you guys making moves on the Angels Rays? Because if you're telling me the Angels are a live dog, be crazy not to want to back them here. Let's take a look at what I'd get on the Angels right now. If I wanted the Angels right now, I would get them at plus 135. That's a 5-dime. Plus 136 at U-Wager is the best I could get. It opened at plus 1. There's been a 10-cent move towards the Rays. And Capo17 says, why would the U.S. let a Canadian team win in their country? Sometimes it's not up to them, Capo. Lance LaRose liking the over. Joe Bison says, yes, fade Rays. Angels big bats will show up in this series, taking Angels in this series too. Wow. Atlas Party says, Jimmy, tonight Danny Green will get 8.5 points. Write it down. Atlas Party, I will write it down. I will copy and paste that right now. Okay, I guess I find the Angels appealing. Ron Walsick says, on the Angels at plus 125, at my local odds suck. Not Applicable says, can you trust Skaggs? Mickey Cohen says, like the Angels as well, I have a parlay with them. Wow. Okay, well, let's come back. I don't want to sit here and just hum and haw over this Angels game. I'll leave it with a lean right now, and we'll come back to it. Will Rose said like in the Rays, Okay. All right, let's move on to Cardinals at Mets. Flaherty versus DeGrom. This total opened at 7.5. It's now down to a 7. Let me go to money lines and totals right here so I can give you all the pertinent information. Here we go. Let's take a good look at what's going on in this Cards-Mets game. And there we go. Okay, open at under 7.5, minus 120. It's now under 7 at minus 125. Mets open at minus 140. They're now a 7% move towards them at minus 147. There's Drew Martin saying Pura Vida, Jimmy. New York Yankees minus 1.5. Drew Martin will be joining live in studio for the Low Bag Late Show tomorrow. And he has arrived in Costa Rica. My guy, Drew Martin, in the house. Brian Riley says, Rays pitcher tonight will struggle. He's had control issues in the public all over the Rays. I know the Angels have to travel, but Angels win. Raven in the Desert on the under in the Wings game. Lean Wings, over Warriors, under Orioles, and over Royals. Nice looks. Okay. All right. Cardinals, Mets. Let's take a quick look at lineups here and see what we want to do in this spot. Cardinals, Mets. For the Cards, Carpenter, DeYoung, Goldschmidt, Ozuna, Martinez, Molina, Wong, Bader. For the Mets, McNeil, Conforto, Alonso, Smith, Frazier, Ramos, Rosario, Gomez. CT Bases, I like the Mets. Cardinals heading from Miami and Mets off day after being away at the Yankees. Capo 17 Don says take St. Louis and the under. The weather in this game is 63 Fahrenheit. Kind of cold in New York. Rico Money says the Miami curse. That could be real. DeGrom 4-2 with a 4.21 ERA and 6 career starts against the Cardinals. Why don't we take a look at what these bats do against DeGrom? Here we go. Against DeGrom. Wow. And you guys are right about the Angels touching Yarbrough. They're 11 for 20 against them. Wow. 550 average, 1,000 slugging. Wow. And let's see what they are. The Rays against Skaggs. Not still pretty strong. Not quite as strong. That has to make you feel like the over could be in play. Has to. And Kyle Fergus thinking about putting $1,000 on the Royals money line. Wow. No leaning under with DeGrom on the mound. Don't trust either bullpen though. Wow. Let's take a look at that over. Take a look at that over. Started at 8.5. Is now at 9. Juice to the under. Okay, I agree. I think the Angels could be live here. I'll jump on them. Angels, I'm getting plus 136 at you wager. Let's bag it. Angels, plus 136. And putting a lot of faith in my guy, Brian Riley here. Twatty Latte on the Mets cards, under 7. Liberty Finance says big balls to bet on KC. There's our guy, Ron Crawford. And Ron Crawford's action tonight. Ron Crawford spreadsheet plays. Keep an eye on these plays. They hit. Minnesota already hit. Yankees, Dodgers, and Mets. Evan Fergus says, do you handicap MMA? I don't, but we have MMA experts that come in and handicap Evan, and we love them dearly. We have 3 guys. First, we have Anna Merrick. He's our main guy. And then we have 2 guys that we've been rolling with, Mr. Fat Fist and the fight analyst. So, yeah, we care very much about it. Brian Riley says, give the CFL some love. I hear you. And Brian Riley said, I hit 68 in CFL last year. Huge fan. Loved Tiger Cats quarterback second year. Loved him when he was at Missouri. Oh, yeah, I love him too. Masoli. Okay, so let's keep rolling. We only have 12 minutes before we're joined by our guy, Ski Profit. So I just jumped on the Angels at plus 136. Cardinals, Mets. I don't really feel like I have an edge. You guys taking the under 7. That's just such a low total, but I get it. I get why you guys would be on it. I do not have a move at this spot. Ron Crawford says, I'm a Royals fan. Fade Homer, please. And Noli No says, made a CFL bet tonight, under 49. I think that's a good look, Noli. I think that's a good look. Stephen Hoffman says, did you have a pick on the Baltimore's game? Yes, I'm on the first 5, under 5. Atlas Party says, Jimmy, do you like a buck of rebounds over 5.5? I do, but I think the better advantage is points at this point. And the only concern I have about Ibaka is if Gasol starts rolling, he's not going to play too much. If he doesn't play too much, I still think he can hit the over in points at 8.5, but I'd be a little concerned about the rebounds, but I like it. There's no doubt that I like it. 1-1-1 Wolf. 111 Wolf says, where's this spreadsheet? You have to talk to Ron Crawford about that. I follow him on Twitter, and you should too. Daryl Lyles also on the Mets cards under. Okay. So I'm not making a move on Cardinals, Mets. Let's move on to Rangers, Red Sox, Sampson, Price. This is another spot that I don't have a move on. The Red Sox have become enormous favorites. Sampson's pitching spectacular well. Does he come down to earth? Possibly. Possibly he crash lands back to earth, but I love what he's doing. If I was going to make a move here, I'd make it on the Rangers, but they don't hit lefties, and that's why I'm just staying off of this right now. I'm staying off of it. So I have no move on the Rangers, Red Sox, and Brian Riley talking about Masoli, second-year quarterback, second-year starter. He's been there for more than 2 years. So I'm off the Rangers, Red Sox game. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. It's a cold night in Boston, 57 Fahrenheit, overcast, 7 miles per hour in. I guess the under would have been appealing had I been sharp enough to take it early, which I was not. Let's see what it is right now. Open at 9.5, now it's 8.5. I'm off of it. But I guess I would like it. First 5, I guess. Brian Riley says, the bag getting his bag of cash with them Angels. Brian Riley, I'll be thinking about you, man. And thank you for leading this to me. Evan Fergus says, do you do this daily? This is awesome. Yes, we do this twice a day. And Evan Fergus, welcome to the show. What you will find is this chat is spectacular, and it's what makes the show. But we have guests every day, and we have a lot of fun here, and we're happy that you're a part of the Low Bag fam. Evan Fergus coming to us. Where are you coming from, Evan Fergus? EJ McClellan says, what you sipping on? Nothing alcoholic as of yet, EJ, as of yet. But do know that I will be drinking heavily, praying for a Raptors victory tonight. Okay, let's keep rolling. I'm off the Rangers Red Sox. Also, Evan Ferguson, one thing that's very important in this show is transparency and accountability. And we have records. My records come up every single day, mainly on the morning show. And that's the main thing, is honesty, transparency. And Evan Ferguson, I will never sell you anything. So we got those things that are keys to this show. And that's what we do. We work together as a team to defeat the juice. That's how you beat minus 110, by working together as a team. Okay, let's keep rolling right now. Okay, sorry, just got to do something quickly here. Haven't had to do that in a long time. And that's the first time I've had to do anything like that in a long time. That's another thing. We don't allow certain things to be done in the chat, to be said in the chat. And we don't allow any racism is the main thing. You know, we are a team. We are all one. And let's move forward. Okay, Tigers versus Royals. Matthew Boyd, Homer Bailey. And this is in Omaha at TD Ameritrade Park, kicking off the 2019 College World Series. Neither of the Tigers don't hit righties. Royals don't hit lefties. And the Homer Bailey day that we did last year, I've not been on it this year, and it's good because he's 4-6. I know he's got a 5.90 ERA. If you've been focusing on team totals against him, you're very, very successful. Boyd, 1-0 with a 2.57 ERA this season against KC. We've already seen Kyle Fergus, our guy Kyle Fergus, say he's close to putting $1,000 on the Royals. $1,000 on the Royals. And Tony Weddle says, I think the Rays win. That makes me a little uncomfortable. Kyle Fergus says, going to buy some Jameson for you tonight, Jimmy. Oh, thank you, Kyle Fergus. No, I don't want, I want you to keep your money. I don't want any money from you guys. I want the money in your pockets to grow and grow and grow. That's what I want. Okay. RMK says, Jimmy will never sell you picks, but if you need heroin. That's what you do when you're ready to go to sleep for one final time. So no, I'm going to keep us off the dragon chasing at this point. Okay. Art A says, fade Homer Bailey day. I've been on it. Let's take a look. And I'd love to hear more why Kyle Fergus loves this Royal spot right here for the KC Royals. Let's take a quick look at line moves. The Tigers open up at minus 112. There's been a 26-cent move towards the Tigers. And Boyd, that makes me want to back the Tigers. I'd like to hear what Kyle Fergus believes in this Royal squad. These are the lineups. Jacoby Jones, Stewart, Castellanos, Cabrera, Dixon, Goodrum, Castro, Griner, Lugo. For the Royals, Merrifield, Mondesi, Cuthbert, Soler, Gutierrez, Lopez, Maldonado, Gore, and Hamilton. I certainly am not going to back the Royals under any circumstances. I will not be backing the Royals. Let's see here. Are any of you guys making a move? Larry Savage says, damn, I like the KC Royals too. Okay, well, you know what? That'll be enough to keep me off. All right, Hayes says, I thought Boyd was your boy. Jimmy, look, he started in our system in Toronto, and I like him. And I understand the move. And Lance Rose is on Detroit. I feel like I've sort of missed the spot. Jess says, someone answer me when Game 6 will begin tonight? Yes. It begins at 9 p.m. Eastern, so it begins in 2 hours and 51 minutes. Farshad Asami says, Tigers money line for sure. And Not Applicable says, don't like Detroit either. Okay, I'll just stay off that. Yeah, and Viper MB says it better. It says, betting on Royals, Tigers, just flush your money down the toilet. Okay, now let's talk Yankees, White Sox. We have 5 minutes till Ski's joining us. And how many games do we have left? Okay, good. We're in fine shape. Okay, let's talk Yankees, Royals right now. Okay, sorry, gotta stay focused. Yankees, White Sox. I don't know anything about that, Evan. I don't know anything about that stuff. Okay, I gotta stay focused, Evan, but we love having you here as part of the show. Keith Sadler saying can't trust Tigers or Royals. Sherrigan and Materasu says Kyle Lowry won't score over 10 points. Sherrigan, I don't like seeing that. Kyle's my boy. All right. Oh, and before we have before we jump in, I forgot we have our Heritage video that we got to pop off. Rafa nodding his head. Okay, good. Okay, let's go. Yankees, White Sox, Hap, Nova. I kind of want to back the White Sox here, but I don't think I have the balls. And Hap's pitching a little better, so maybe I'll just stay off this game. Here are the opening lineups. LeMahieu, Hicks, Voit, Sanchez, Gregorius, Torres, Gardner, Frazier, Tauchman for the Yankees. For the White Sox, Garcia, Anderson, Abreu, McCann, Jimenez, Alonso, Rondon, Sanchez, and Ryan Cordell. Avi Gold says Lamont's max play White Sox. It was. But he says he switched it to the Red Sox. Chris Kaiser on the White Sox plus 1.5 and taking the over. And Darren Cook says Lowry will score more than 11. Stop it. Thank you, Larry. And Ashraf says Clay over 3.5 3-pointers. Trust. I love that play, Ashraf, but it's minus 210 in my book, and I'm not going to take it. Dylan Freeman saying seeing a lot of Rockies action tonight. Yeah, Dylan, I'm on the Rockies. Took him on the -1 line, and I probably should have taken him early. I just didn't know. I needed to know if Arenado was going to be in the lineup. We know he was hit by a pitch against Hamels, and I needed to ensure that he was in the lineup, piece in the lineup, so I jumped on it. Robbie Thompson kind of winning his first ever NBA championship tonight. Art Hayes says, damn, Yankees lineup. And Jim Robinson say, like the Bo Sox, but prices are definitely booty. I agree with that. Okay. Farshad Sami says, Yankees, too much offense for White Sox. Yankees, money line. You know, it's a minus 170 situation. Chris Martinez says, who you guys taking first half basketball game over? We're going to get to that in 3 minutes. So, you know what? I'm going to stay off Yankees, White Sox. I'm going to stay off Yankees, White Sox, so I'm going to do that. Neil Frank said, I was shooting around outside earlier on my lunch break. It's windy as fuck here in the Chicago area. Sports Keg on Clay over 23.5. Sports Keg, I wish I got it when we talked about it. It's minus 150 at my book now. It's been there all day. We'll see if that's changed when Ski joins us. But very disappointed. Stephen Hoppins said, Jimmy, I told you Yankees was a play against Vargas, and I'm telling you they are smashing tonight. I thought they lost that game against Vargas. I believe they lost that game against Vargas, Stephen. But I hear you if they're smashing. You know, I'm just going to stay off of it. Dear Slayer Ski, can you please tell me what what you get that prop at? And Yu Cheng Yu says Indian Cowboy on the under 9.5 in Yanks Sox tonight. All right, I'm going to stay off of that game. So as you guys know, I'm on the Rockies minus 1. Grace pitching better. Strom off the IL. Great pitching very well at Coors Field, 2-1 with a 3.00 ERA. Chicago Kid in the house. Love seeing that. And King Rails on Clay over 40 points and rebounds. Raps minus 3.5 on the alternative line. And Draymond over 23.5 points and rebounds on my props. Those are good looks. And Lamont Williams says, me too, Jimmy. That's why I changed my max bet. Chris Martinez also liking the under in that game. Let's take a look at how these guys are against the opposition. Let's go to this Yanks game. Big numbers against Hap for these White Sox. 321 with a 500 slug. I guess not insanely big, but big enough. Against Nova, similar numbers. High batting average, low power. Let's take a quick look at what we're dealing with here. Quickly get to these lineups. And let's look at that total one last time before I move on. Let's look at that total one final time. Here we go. Let's get it. Here we go. And for a total, opened at 10, now at 9.5 in Yankees, White Sox. We already heard from Anil that it's very windy out there. Let's see what it is exactly. Sorry, here we go. Sorry, having a little bit of a computer issue right there. Okay, here we go. In that Yankees game, it's 8 miles per hour out to right center. I'm just going to stay off of it. You guys know I'm on the Rockies -1. And then the final spot is Dodgers Cubs. And the question was, would we take a team total? And how are you going to be handling this spot? We know that Dave LA liked the under, got on it early. It's been kind of moving towards the over. And it's not easy. It's not an easy spot. There's my guy, Sharp Money. Love seeing you in the chat. Oh, King Rail says Kawhi, not Clay. Oh, thank you. Kawhi, not Clay. Sorry about that, King. Thank you for clearing that up. Chicago Kid says, take the over. New York always crushes overs when they come into town. Russell Gordy says, like the Yanks game over. And Johnny Acker says, Rap's going to choke. Brandon Lugo says, Golden State's only chance hit 20+ threes. Not impossible, but I'll still side with the 3 points and the Dinos. All right, well, let's take a quick look at what we'd get if we took. Let's just quickly get Pinnacle up here and see what the team total is for the Dodgers. And I don't really want to do it. I feel like this could be a spot where Lester steps up. Let's see what we're getting here. Pinnacle. Here we go. Jumping up on the screen right now. We're going to go do team totals and look at the Dodgers for the last play on this baseball card. If we wanted the Dodgers to be over 4.5 at -104. Dodgers bats have been kind of sleepy. I felt uncomfortable with this all day. Joe Bison on the Cubs team total under 4.5. Let's see what that is. If we took the Cubbies, team total would be, here we go, 3.5 -126. I get it. I'm going to stay off of it. All right. I am Sherigan. Don't scare us. That's not fun. CT Bay's asking if Russell Gordy's got his dogs. All right. Evan Ferguson said, is SBR out of Toronto? No. San Jose, Costa Rica, man. Far, far, far away. Far, far, far away in a place where I go nowhere alone. All right, so let's go over my action once more. In the CFL, I got in early. Not as early as Babano, but I'm on the Ticats first half -2 at -108. I'm on the full game -3 at -120. Stephen Hoffman, yes, I'm on the Diamondbacks game, but if you look at the amount of money I'm on the Diamondbacks at -119. If you look about the amount of money on the Diamondbacks and the market moving in the opposite direction, I'd be very concerned, and I am concerned. I don't know if I would take it. Sharp Money says, great horse racing action next week. Royal Ascot. Yes, I will definitely look into the Royal Ascot. It's a little difficult for us, to get the information on the Royal Ascot out here, but I will look into it. Lamont Williams says, Jimmy, you like Dodgers money line? I guess I would say that I do, but at this size of a favorite, I don't. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. I just don't at this size of a favorite. Okay, so let's go over all my plays now. We're going to add to this basketball spot. We got Ski Profit joining us. But I already cashed with the Twins on the -1 line. I'm on the Jays, Orioles, first 5 under 5 at -110. I'm on the Diamondbacks at -119. I'm very uncomfortable with it. Very uncomfortable. I added the Angels +136. And our guy Brian Riley pushing me in that direction. Same with our guy Ron Walsek. And Q Wilson saying baseball team picked to win series, ride it out. I get that. Shout out to Lance LaRose, my guy. Sheridan says Dodgers lose outright. And Sharp Money says, I'll share all the love, Jimmy. Yeah, Sharp Money, I'm going to be pretty tight with being busy because we're starting the Audible up next week. And we have shows on Tuesdays and Fridays. If you could share your info on the Royal Ascot, I'd be happy to tail. Okay, and then that's not a lot of action. I'm on the Rockies -1. And that's it. Wow, not a lot of late action. So I'm on the Rockies -1. And interesting. Angels +136. Diamondbacks -119 in the first 5 under. Only 4 plays, on the late show. And our guy Marshall Hoffman says, Dre going to have a monster game. With that, let's introduce our NBA expert coming to us live from Los Angeles, California. Our guy Ski Profit in the house. Ski, Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Jimmy. It's great to be here. I love breaking down the games with you. And I had a question for you.
Hit me.
In your opinion, what is the reason why the Raptors didn't win the last game?
Experience.
Okay, fair enough.
It came down to the most important 2 minutes in the history of our franchise, and the Warriors were like, it's not to us. We've been here and done that. We have no problem in it. And the Raptors called a timeout they shouldn't have called, and they just don't have the experience. So, yeah, it's simply, to me, experience.
Okay, I can hear that point, and I can agree to that maybe.
I mean, what would
you have any action on the Raptors today?
I do, and I haven't made a bet on the side yet. But I do. I have $350 bets. I have the over, all at -130, which is a dangerous amount of juice. But I have the over with Siakam, over 17.5 points. I have the over with Gasol, points 9.5, and the over with Ibaka, over 8.5. The way I see this is that our front court is our biggest advantage in this basketball game, by far. It's the biggest Raptors advantage, and it has to be utilized. And we have to, and because of that, I think we're going to slow the pace down a bit. And so I wouldn't mind starting there. I am going to jump on the money line. Wow, some threes are back on the board. Bookmaker and Bet Online back at 3. That's somewhat interesting. But I want to talk first about the total. And I know that you're already on the Warriors. Actually, why don't we get this? You're on the Warriors -130. Are you on anything else so far in this game?
Well, I am on the. Honestly, I want to start where you're starting with the total, because looking at some stats, the Golden State Warriors are under 30-21 at home. Raptors are under 8 of the last 11 on the road. And I heard you say you like the under. I mean, I like the Warriors to win this game. Yes, I'm on the Warriors, and when they've had Curry and Clay and no KD, in order to win games, they have to play defense. When they had those two players and no KD, the under is 28 and 15. And you have more rest in between these games. So to me, rest equals more defensive intensity. And the more the series goes on, I think they just get more familiar with each other. And with it being an elimination game, uh, I can see both teams like slowing down, making sure they get good shots, and just a lot of good defense.
I agree completely. I think that the storyline of the Oracles last game is more about intensity and needing a win rather than lighting up the scoreboard. So, and Seth Hagen says, Warriors tonight. I knew that was going to come from him. This guy is all about experience. Says that 65 no stat and Siakam being benched shows how hard it's going to be to close out the Warriors. Raptors will surely earn it with a win. Separately, NBA would love a game 7. And Lance Rose says under. Okay, so let's break this down the way I see it now. I see the Raptors trying harder, much, much harder to defend the perimeter. Do they have the personnel to do that? Probably not. And we're very lucky to get Gasol. But if we still had Wright defending the perimeter with his long arms, he would be very helpful here. We don't have him. So we're going to try our best to defend the perimeter. But if we have Van Fleet and Lowry both on the floor at the same time, we're talking about baby arms, and it's just going to be tough. But we're going to slow it down offensively. We're going to use that advantage in the front court, and that's how I see it. Tell me what you think about that.
I agree. And as far as limiting Golden State on the perimeter, I mean, as soon as when Curry and Clay are on the court together, it's all good. But once one of them goes out, I mean, let's say Clay goes out, then they're gonna focus on Curry, and it gets a lot easier to defend the perimeter. So, I mean, just general thinking as far as the total, um, I like the under probably just the full game, just because I know both teams have been trending towards the under in the second half, and either team could come out and potentially maybe put up some points to go over the first quarter or first half total. So that's how I see this game going. And I did want to give a shout out to I watched the show while I was driving home yesterday with Jay Money, and I agree with a lot of what he had to say. I mean, Golden State, they should come out early in this game. I mean, they have the momentum advantage coming out and winning that last game. They have the emotional advantage trying to do this for KD. You see Clay putting the post up. Um, they're at home. The last game at Oracle. I mean, this is the game for the Warriors. They're 19-1 I have straight up when they receive less than 50% of the bets. I like the Warriors probably the earlier, the better. That's the one thing I did disagree. I like them probably first quarter, probably first half, and full game. I won't be on all three, but the earlier the better is what I like. And as far as yeah, that's what I like, Jimmy. Anything on that?
It makes perfect sense. I think the Warriors would be there at their most dangerous in the first quarter. Sports Keg going back to the well. I'd like to talk props, player
I
props
love
here
that play, Jimmy.
in a second. Sorry?
I love that play.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense. Sports Keg going with the Gasol over 1.5 threes at plus 150. I took a deep dive into that today and decided not to pull the trigger, but I understand why you would take it. There's a ton of value on it. Yeah, Warriors first quarter, it just makes a ton of sense. And yes, I saw that Clay tweet. And, the Warriors, it's been a magical run for them. But if they win this series in 7 games, this is the greatest performance that they've ever had. And this is storybook stuff. This is stuff you tell your children about. And that scares me. That scares me very, very much. I want to take the under. The way I break this game down, and I've been sort of staying away from totals just out of fear because I thought I had an edge with the Raptors on the money line, and I didn't want to mess that edge up, and I was messing it up with props, and I haven't, considering the Raptors are up 3-2 in this series, I should be way up, and I'm not, and it's been poor judgment in prop bets, basically. But I'm going to make 2 plays here and lock them in, and then I want to talk props with you. First off, I am going to take the Raptors. I'm getting plus 130 at 5 dimes. This number is actually sneaked up a little bit here. So plus 130 at 5 dimes. I'm going to lock that in right now. Raptors plus 130 on the money line. And then I'm going to take the under. I agree with Ski. I like the breakdown of this. I know that there's people on either side of the fence here. Pinnacle just dropped down to 211.5, and there's only 212.5 left. And there's a 212 at 5 dimes. I think this is going to start going under. I really do. And I think if you want the under, you should get on it now. And if you like the over, you can wait before game time and get a better line. I'm going to get under 212.5 at minus 110. That's available at Bovada. And I'm going to lock that in right now. Under 212.5 at minus 110, available Bovada. All right. EJ McClellan saying no
I'm doing
over.
the same as you speak, Jimmy. I'm locking it in. Usually when we agree, it's been pretty good. And we came to the same conclusion here. So as you were speaking, I'm over here locking it in too. Under, I'm trying to find a 212.
Yeah. 212 at 5 dimes and a couple other books. Hobart Herberger, whom I love, he says, Jimmy, if you like it, just under it, in-game it. I guarantee you get a bigger, better number. I mean, you might be right at some point, but if this wasn't I would go heavier on unders in this game, and I think the pace is going to be slow at first. The last thing the Raptors want to do is go shot for shot with the Warriors early. So I'm comfortable with this spot, and I'm going to stay. My man EJ McClellan said, Jimmy, I hate seeing you lose. Take the over. I'm gonna stick with the way I see this, and the way I see this is that the Raptors slow down the pace all the time, and that we defend the perimeter better. That to me leads to an under. I need to talk props with you, Ski. I needed to talk props with you, and now that you've jumped in on the under 2, that gives me a lot of confidence. But before I do, we got to pop their Heritage video on. So we're going to drop that quickly. It's under 2 minutes, not too long. We're going to bang that out and then move into the props market. So without further ado, Rafa, my guy, can you hit us with the Heritage prop of the day? Welcome to the Heritage Prop of the Day. At heritagesports.eu, you pick the sport, you pick the prop, you pick the players. They give you the odds. Coming off an awful prop in Game 5, Pascal Siakam was terrible. Nurse didn't even play him in the last 8 minutes of the game. Very disappointing. We're now 11-14, down 4.86 units. Unacceptable, but it changes right here. I love this prop. The Raptors have a big advantage in their front court. The Warriors' front court is in shambles. Kevon Looney is hurt. He's in considerable pain. Every time the camera's on him, he's wincing like his prison pocket's being manhandled. Boogie Cousins is out of shape. Guy leaves a trail of ass sweat everywhere he goes. He's got pizzas for tits. Andrew Bogan's a geriatric. Steve Kerr spoon feeds him porridge and wipes off his chin during every timeout. Serge Ibaka is taking advantage of this, and he's eating. I will take Serge Ibaka to score more points than Andre Iguodala at minus 133. Ibaka's averaging 10.6 a game in this series, and he's coming into his own over the last 2, averaging 17.5 points per game. He's shooting 51.8% from the field. He's so much quicker than Boogie and Bogut, and Looney can't bang with him because of his shoulder injury. Andre Iguodala is the perfect fade. Iguodala's averaging 6.6 points per game, hitting 23% of his threes and 35% from the field in this series. He needs to do everything else on the court but score. This one's cashing. Ibaka to score more points than Iguodala at minus 133, available at heritagesports.eu. I think I have a huge advantage in that prop. Here, if you were playing it on my book, there's a 2-point advantage with Ibaka. I think there's going to be more than that. So with the props market, I got Gasol over 9.5 at minus 130. He's back to that. I got Ibaka over 8.5 at minus 130. He's now at 9.5 at minus 115. And then I got Siakam over 17.5 at minus 130. He's now at 18.5 at minus 110. The move I didn't make was Steph Curry. And he is now at 32.5. So interestingly enough, he's come back. He was at 33.5. I was wondering if that would happen. He'd moved up to 33.5 about 5 hours ago. He's back to 32.5. And Klay Thompson's back at 24.5 at minus 125. Wow. I think, okay, Ski, who else scores for the Warriors other than Klay Thompson and Steph Curry?
I've been saying this since I've been saying this since the chat yesterday. Game 6 Clay. I mean, he's earned that name for a reason. And you saw him put up the post. He's playing for KD. Expect Clay to have a good game. He can abuse Kyle Lowry down on the block. He can hit 3-pointers. Game 6 Clay is who I would put my money on. I know I saw a Red Girl likes it. Yeah, if I'm looking at a prop for the Warriors as far as points, I would put my money on Clay.
Wow, interesting. I think I've screwed this up, man. I could have got 23 and a half at minus 150, 24 and a half at minus 125. I mean, I guess it's not worth 25 cents. I don't know if I screwed that up. I may have screwed that up. Disappointing. So what do you think about that Steph Curry prop, 32 and a half? You don't like it?
I don't like it as much as Clay. I mean, I still would like it, but because if the Warriors are going to win, he has to have a big game. But I mean, we're betting on the under, Jimmy. We're not expecting that many points in this game. We think they're going to win it with defense. If I'm picking one player, I would have to pick Clay, and his point total is like what 24 or around that range. I would kind of like that a little more. Yes, Steph Curry could have a good game, last game at Oracle too, but it's just if you ask me, I like them both. I would like Clay better.
See, that was what Jay was saying to me yesterday too, and I'm taking these overs, and I don't think this game will go over. I don't see anybody else scoring for the Warriors. Anybody? I mean, what Draymond, Iguodala, Livingston, Boogie? I just don't see them scoring at all. And Don Corleone puts 1,100 on that Golden State first quarter, and then our guy D-Ray has put 5K on the Golden State first quarter. Wow, that's exciting. Russell Gordon says Clay may have 40, Steph 40. Who else? That's how I see
Jimmy?
this.
If the Warriors are going to win, Draymond has to have a big game. So maybe you want to look at some of his props.
Yeah, let me just native Queen joining us, the Oracle. She's saying that Heritage is still hanging that 23 and a half for Clay. I'd like to jump and see what that is right now. Let's go to player props and see what they're doing here. So if I gave you a free $500 bet on one player prop and I said you can't use Klay Thompson, who would you be looking at?
I would be looking at Draymond's rebounds or assists. Probably, yeah, I'll be looking at Draymond for one of those stats probably.
Wow, and look at unbelievable. 23 or more points for Clay here at Heritage. I see minus 333. Wow. Unbelievable. Very, very tricky. And you have to go up the ladder. If you want even money on Clay props at Heritage for points, if you go up to 27 points to get minus 109. Wow, that's just wild. That's absolutely wild. Sportscake says Dre prop makes sense without KD in the lineup. Ron Lofton says cash with Clay and Van Fleet over props last night. Right back on it again today. Mr. Fat Fist liking the Danny Green prop. Paco Healy says, doesn't it seem like Golden State should be laying more than 2.5? Seems like odds makers giving the Raptors more respect than most. Oh, wow. WOB saying I smell overtime. Okay, I'm going to now make the move. This is by far the most amount of plays or money I've had on one game in NBA this year. I'm going to take the overs on both here. The overs on both. Jeff Joseph saying maximum security confirmed for Sunday at Monmouth. Yeah, that's exciting. Tune up for the Haskell. The Haskell's going to be incredible. I'm excited. Okay, Joe Weiss is saying Boogie plus 15 points tonight. I do not like the way Boogie's looked. What do you think of that look? Do you think Boogie has a chance to step up in a big way this evening?
I'm sure he'll try, but I mean, it wouldn't be my favorite prop to bet. I'd rather bet on plenty other things in the game.
Let's go to a quick look at the Raptors props, points only. Okay, Ski. Gasol 9.5, Danny Green 7.5, Ibaka 9.5, Kawhi 31.5, Lowry 15.5, Siakam 18.5, Van Fleet 10.5. And I know this isn't in front of you, so it's hard to do. But what would you say of the Raptors guys would be your favorite prop point total over?
The one that probably stood out was, I mean, if the Raptors are going to win, I mean, maybe Gasol's hitting wide open threes. Maybe the Warriors are leaving him, or Siakam has to have a good game for him to win. So I would probably look at those two. Danny Green, he's been inconsistent to me, so I wouldn't put my money on him. Kyle Lowry, what was his What was his totals?
15.5. That's much higher than it's been for him of late. Usually, not much, but you could easily get him a 14.5 or even 13.5 in some games earlier in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would agree with what you said about your the front court, Jimmy.
I like it. I like it. So what I'm doing here is I'm on the under full game, and I'm on the Raptors money line, and those are the bets that I don't feel as strongly about as I do these player props. I feel stronger about these player props, and I'm taking them here. So, as you guys know, I've already gone way over my front court player props. I'm adding Curry over 32.5 points at minus 125, Clay over 24.5 points at minus 125, and I added the Raptors money line and the under 212.5, and I've got the 3 player props for the Raptors. That is 7 plays on this game, Ski. 7 plays at $150 pop. I will be watching in the dark, alone, drunk, losing my mind. Wow, so exciting. And Ski, what are your official plays on this game?
I'm gonna be on Warriors first quarter, Warriors full game, and I'm on the under with you, Jimmy. Uh, I can't have 7 plays on the game, but I mean, I got 3. That's a lot for me.
3
And
is a lot
I
for
did
you.
make
3 is a
yeah,
lot
it's a
for you.
lot for me.
That's exciting. 3 plays for you on the game. So that's Warriors full game, Warriors first quarter, and the under.
Yes, sir. And even more than that, I have a 4th play. So we'll see if it catches the Indiana Fever. Dallas is pretty much a fade. All categories: field goal percentage 38, 3-point percentage 23.9, free throws they're 11. They're 0 they're 0-4 for the season. I don't really want to back the Fever on the road, but there's no way in hell I'm putting my money on Dallas. So last 3 games, offensive rating and defensive rating, rebound percentage, they win. I'm on the Fever minus the 3 points.
Wow. And that line opened up a better line at -1 for the Wings. So being a 4-point move. So, Ski, I've only made one WNBA bet all year, and that's when I tailed your Aces first quarter bet. And I didn't even get to this Fever Wings game. I'm just so caught up in Raptors Warriors and just the CFL and everything. Would you say this is a good spot for the second bet of the year, or do you think this 4-point move might be too much? Because it is a little past the amount of points I like, when we talk about being on the ass end of the spread. What do you think? You think this is a play I should jump on?
It's not my favorite, Jimmy. I'll tell you what I think about this game. I mean, I kind of wanted to get on the first half under. Maybe you look at the lines, maybe they'll talk to you while I'm talking about the game. But I've been following the trends for like quarters, halves, whatever. Fever, I have their 4-2 on the under in the first half. The Wings are 0-4 in the first half. I mean, they're 4-0 under on the first half. And if you flip that and look at the Fever on the full game, they're 5-1 to the over. So the first halves are going under, and full games are going over for the Fever. So if you like the total under, it'll be the first half, and it's went under for the last 5 times these teams have played. So, I mean, that was a second look for me. The last play I told you to take, Jimmy, I will say I did like a little bit more than this one, but I am on it minus the 3 points.
Yeah, it just felt so right after your breakdown in the market movement, and then it was a first quarter play on the Aces, and they won the first quarter by 12 or 13. It made a lot of sense. I'm going to stay off the Fever Wings. I've got enough action on this NBA game. I'm just going to stay off of it. And man, I am so excited about the game tonight. All of you guys watching, man, soak up every second of the opportunity to watch Game 6 of the NBA Finals with friends and family, and just enjoy every second of it. Eat, be merry, drink heavy, and love every second of it. Ski, where can we find you on Twitter? What other shows you got coming up this week?
I'll be right back here with Drew and Ian on Saturday and Sunday. I had to think about the day. Today's Thursday. I'll be on the Close the Line show, and you can find me on Twitter at Ski Profit. And it was fun talking to the game with you, Jimmy. And good luck to everybody.
I'm so excited. Thank you. Don't like being on the other side of you, but we're on the same side on that under, which is a nice place to be. And King Rail saying stay off. I will follow that, King. I will stay off. Man, and Liberty Finder says, and tune in to King's Court. Yes, King's Court popping off in 20 minutes. Please stick around for that. That's going to be an incredible show with the game going this evening. And you think it's over? No. Of course it's not over, because we have, and we had a very angry visit with us yesterday. We'll see what's in store for today. Up next, And he's coming off a win, so I expect him to be in a good spirits. Freddie Fortune. Freddie, what up?
What up? My record's up.
Yeah, nice win for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So you won.
You're a lucky motherfucker.
What the hell are you talking about?
24 hours have passed and no fires have started at SBR. My mic is on.
All right, we have a little bit of a sound issue. You do look angry.
Let's wait.
Fearless Freddy says, or Liberty Finder says, Fearless Freddy won. Damn, 1-36, good record. Let's do a quick
Can
sound.
you hear me now?
Yeah, okay, you're
Yes,
good. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Okay, I was going to punch that motherfucker in
Whoa,
the face.
whoa.
Well, I will repeat. You're a lucky motherfucker.
Why are you so angry? What's going on? Why
Don't you remember yesterday?
Of course I remember.
You didn't go to the fucking safety meeting.
Yeah, the fire meeting.
Yes, there has been no fires in the last 24 hours. Do you think you can survive any other 24 hours?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to do that.
What do you do if you go out of the studio right now and there's a fucking fire? All thanks to your stupid crack pipe. It's not funny. What do you do if you go outside, fire's burning, and Natalie's on the floor with her ankle twisted? What do you do? Tell me.
I will help Natalie.
You leave her! You leave her! I told you yesterday, pay attention, idiot.
Jesus. Okay. I guess I'll leave her.
Rafa, can you put the image on the screen, please? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, of course I do. It's Smokey the Bear.
Exactly. What's his motto? Let me know.
It's only you can prevent wildfire.
Yes, only you! You! No one else. Okay? How do you prevent a wildfire? You don't know!
Don't go.
Why? Because you don't pay attention. You don't go to our meetings. I don't want to die because of you. Stop moving your hand.
All right, this is
You're
good.
feeling guilty now, right? We are all gonna die because of you.
All right, man. I'll make the next fucking fire meeting, dude. You got to play?
Of course I gotta play. It's for the Women World Championship. It's a soccer play.
Mm-hmm.
It's Japan versus Scotland -1 on the alternative Asian handicap at +130 at Bet365.
You're taking Japan.
No,
Taking Scotland.
no.
All right, thank you.
Of course I'm taking Japan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Miss Nowhere says Psycho 2019.
Haha,
J.O. Peño says this is cringy.
haha. That's funny. These people are great.
Liberty Finder says Fade Freddy.
Okay, thank you, Liberty Finder. You're funny. No, stop.
Leche, Amos Bookmakers!